Disclaimer. This video's information is being provided for informational, educational, and general interest purposes only. The information in this video is not intended to shock, enrage, or otherwise provoke the viewer. The sole purpose of this video was to raise awareness of true crime-related events. Copyright disclaimer: under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
For the 9-year-old boy's murder, a man has been taken into custody. Luis Rosario was detained after it was discovered that 4-year-old Andres Sanchez had been suffocated, despite the fact that he was a suspect in the child's death in 2001. Luis Gerardo Rosario, who was charged with first-degree murder and aggravated child abuse in connection with the death of Andres Sanchez on April 16, 2001, when Andres was 4 years old, was apprehended by Osceola County Sheriff's detectives. Rosario shared a home with the child's mother at the time of Andres' passing. Deputies were called to Halley Ridge Court on April 16, 2001, regarding a child who was not responding. Rosario informed the deputies that he had taken Andres swimming at a friend's house in Winter Springs earlier in the day. He reported that Andres appeared well despite having vomited after swallowing some water. When they got home, Rosario told the police Andres fell out of the car and hit his face on the sidewalk. Rosario informed the deputies soon after getting home Andres had gone to bed, and at 1:55 a.m., he discovered the child was unconscious. The boy's mom made a 911 call. Shortly after being brought to Celebration Hospital, Andres passed away. 10 months or so later, Andres' death was officially declared a homicide, and the coroner verified that suffocation was the cause of death. Since he was the only one with the child at the time of the incident, Rosario was a suspect, but there was insufficient evidence to bring charges against him. Rosario has been arrested multiple times for violent felonies and drug offenses since 2001. In August of 2008, detectives resumed their investigation. Detectives spoke with Andres' mother, who gave them leads, and witnesses who were in the vicinity of the child's home at the time of the incident in October. Rosario was declared incompetent to stand trial for prior charges stemming from an Orange County case, and detectives discovered that he was being held at a state mental hospital. Rosario's physicians, however, have determined that he is competent to face trial for both the prior and the new first-degree murder charge. In the case of the child's murder, investigators have uncovered new evidence, but they won't divulge it. A grand jury heard the presentation of that fresh evidence. Rosario was contacted by Osceola County Sheriff's detectives on July 15. When she refused to assist with the investigation, she was charged with aggravated child abuse and first-degree murder. He was admitted to the jail in Osceola County. The neighborhood has not returned to normal, despite the arrival of a new family in the house where Andres Sanchez was killed. A neighbor remarked, "It's tragic especially a little boy." Even those who relocated to the area following the boy's death are surprised that his murder went unpunished for almost 10 years. She remarked, "Especially if you live next door and could picture that little kid playing outside and in the yard." Because Andres' mother lacked the funds for a burial plot and an official funeral, investigators pooled their resources to purchase a grave marker in his honor.
911, what's your emergency?
Mire que mala ni que yo no le he dejado que usar el teléfono, qué tipo más cabrón. Parece mentiroso. Y que no voy a ganar el carro, qué cabrón hay. Yo nunca le haría eso a un nene. Eso porque viene con esta mierda ahora. Pero este igual que yo, se va como igual a Ángel, a los popis.
You want any more water?
Yeah.
You get some more water? Okay. You alright, man?
I don't know.
What's up?
Hmm?
What's up?
If you get chavo, something I do. Do you understand why we're doing what we're doing? Do you understand the charges? You don't understand them? The charges are murder on Andres. And what happened that night and what you did to him. That's what you're being charged with. I don't know if that's sinking in or not. I mean, Steve's been talking to you as far as everything that's been going on and the inconsistencies with what the story is, that timeline thing. And that's what I'd like to touch on is that timeline, that time frame. You know, when you guys got home, take me from there. I know it's redundant, and you probably have it studied in your head and all. What happened when you guys got in there and you carried Andre in the house? Mm-hmm. What happened from there?
Acá en Zoom, I told my to take him to the shower. I went to the shower.
Mm-hmm. Had at any time before that, had you ever? I said you guys use time out as a punishment. Have you guys ever hit any of the kids or like a corporal punishment type thing where you spank them on the butt or whatever if they do something wrong?
That's mine.
You don't do it?
No.
But you've seen Marilyn do it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you're just cool as a cucumber. You don't get upset or anything like that as far as getting mad or anything?
Not my house.
Say what?
Not my house.
Not at your house?
Mm-hmm.
So the only time you get mad is out on the street? How often would you use heroin back then?
When he died, I was clean.
You quit cold turkey? How long were you clean for?
Like 3 months.
So 3 months that time you were it? When was it? What months are they that you stayed clean at?
January, February, March, April.
When'd you go back to it?
The same day I went to a funeral home, and they let me.
The same day what?
I went to a funeral home, and the police didn't let me.
What were you doing at the house after you after you carried Andres inside? What were you doing after that?
I went to take a shower.
You went to take a shower. Then what'd you do?
I came out. I was with Manny already in the room.
Did you talk with Marilyn?
Hmm?
Did you talk? Did you guys talk about anything? How the day was or anything?
Yeah.
What'd you guys say?
Nothing, I never stuff.
Like what?
Like then it would be a long day, thing like that. It was a long day though.
Mm-hmm. And then what? What'd you do from there?
I asked if he wanted to go to watch TV with us. He said no. He said he wanted to eat the bunny, chocolate bunny.
So who was in the room when you gave him the chocolate bunny?
Me and Madre.
So Marilyn was in the room too?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't she say that you gave him the chocolate? In other words, when we talked with her, how come she wouldn't just say that? That's no big deal. I mean, that's something that's normal. Why wouldn't she say that you gave him chocolate?
I don't know.
Only if it wasn't true is what I would think. You know what I mean?
Can't think whatever you want to think.
I mean, what would be the reason somebody would say, no, that's not true? You know? That you giving Andres chocolate. Why would somebody say, no, that's not true, that's a lie?
I don't know.
So you gave him chocolate, and then what?
I told him good night, went to my room.
Right. Where was Marilyn at that time?
We undressed in the room.
Do you say again?
We undressed in the room.
She went to the other room?
No, I was the first one that came out of the room.
Uh-huh.
Mine, she stayed like 5 more minutes, something like that, in the room with him.
Mm-hmm. And then what?
Then she came to the room and lay down on the bed.
Was he happy when you gave him chocolate? So he wasn't crying.
Hmm.
Okay.
So when you left there, and you said 5 minutes later Marilyn came out there also. Where were you at then?
In the room.
In the bedroom? Where?
In the bedroom.
Where? I don't know where.
In the bedroom.
In the bedroom? And then what were you doing then?
I turned the TV on and I turned the computer on.
So you did both. You had
Yeah.
The computer. Is it in the same room?
Yeah.
All right. Then what?
I was just staying there for a while and I didn't fall asleep.
So Marilyn's sleeping. How's it set up? Where's the computer at?
Right next to the bed. You know, this.
So the computer's right next to the bed. You see Marilyn sleeping in the bed? Okay, so she didn't get out of the bed, right?
No.
Okay. Then what are you doing? What from there?
I went to a chat room.
Into a chat room? Okay. What'd you do from there?
I stayed a while talking to different people. Then I decided to get me a drink. So I went to the kitchen. When I opened the fridge, I took out the ice. Somebody told me to check on them.
What told you to check on?
I don't know, man. I had a feeling in that moment.
Like what?
I don't know. I had a feeling to check on them. I went to check for Victoria. She just spread out on the bed.
Mm-hmm.
When I went to see Andre, I saw something on his face.
What was on his face?
When I turned it up, he had like foam.
Mm-hmm. And what was that from?
I don't know.
All right. So then what happened after that?
I ran, I woke up Marley. I told Marley call 911.
So you left the room?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I woke up Marley. I turned the computer off. I told her call 911.
Okay.
I started breathing.
Okay.
And she went to the room with me. She saw and she started crying.
Did she call 911 right then?
Yeah.
So right away she called 911. In other words, you went over there and did what? You said you left the room where Andres was after you seen the phone. You went into the other room, and what'd you do?
I woke up Marley. I told Marley I started breathing. Call 911.
Okay.
And she got up, she went to the room, she realized it was true what I was saying. So I went and I connected the computer of the wall, and I took the cell phone, the college phone, and gave it to her.
Okay, so when you saw the phone on Andres, you went in the room, woke up Marilyn. What'd Marilyn say to you right then?
Nothing.
She didn't
just
say.
jump out the bed. No,
She didn't say what the heck. What, she never asked
She just
nothing.
jumped out the no. She just jumped out the bed and ran out of the room.
And she ran to Andres' room.
Yeah.
And what did you do right then?
I disconnected the computer to the college phone. And when I went to the room, I gave it to her.
Okay. How long a time frame is this? How long are you looking? Since the time you did the seeing him till you got her and called the
5
911?
minutes.
That's the most it could be, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you're saying 3 to 5 minutes that happens, which I think is a long time also, but that's nothing compared to 55 minutes or 2 an hour, you know. But anyway, when that happens, and all this is going on, and I assume that she's dialing 911, she's calling the police to come, right, and the ambulance and everything. When do you move that car inside that garage?
She was already in the garage.
From when? You said that when you brought him in the house, you went into the bath or the shower. He went into the shower with Marilyn, Then you got out and went in and put him to bed and gave him some chocolate.
Yeah.
When did you go out and do the car?
The car was already in the garage.
I don't believe it, but if that's what you're saying, that's fine. That's fine. We'll get past that. I don't believe it.
You can
Because
believe it, you wanna believe.
well, I'm just going based on everything we've been told by witnesses, Marilyn, and you before, and your hesitation gives me a little off-key thing on it. But that's just me. That's my opinion. No big deal. But you know the truth, and I think it's inside you, and I think you know the truth. And we've keyed in on a few points, and you're kind of getting irritated with it. And I'm not trying to get you mad, but you have to understand what we're doing. You know, Louis, you have to understand what we're doing for Andres. This is between right now. This is us three sitting in a room talking about Andres' death and what we know happened, and you know happened, and between us and God right now. In order to have some settlement with Andreas, the truth has to come out. And if you're not man enough to say it, that's fine. But I'd rather you say, hey, I'm not ready to admit everything. I'd rather have you say that. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what am I saying? If you understand it, what am I saying?
Honestly, it's bullshit, bro.
Huh?
Honestly, all this shit is bullshit.
All this shit?
Yeah.
Why?
'Cause I haven't do a motherfucking thing.
Okay. So how can you explain it to us so we can understand it? Your time frame doesn't match up. None of the stuff you're telling us matches up. Tell us so we can understand it. And trust me, I'm not trying to be a dick to you, man. I don't know you. This is the first time I've ever talked to you, you know? I just have the facts I've read from the report and everything else. You let us understand how it's not supposed to be bullshit.
Because there's no way I'm going to pick on the body and put it in my car and then take it and put it back on the floor in his room.
So tell me what happened then. Tell me what happened between the whole time between the hesitation of the 911 call.
It wasn't no hesitation.
I believe it was, Louis. And what I'm telling you is the facts that you told me, you got partial truths in there. Partial only gets you so far. But what happens is the whole story, when it goes together and people see it and not try and understand it, is that when it goes and you're like, your hesitation going, oh man, and you're trying to think back and say, man, when did I put that car in the garage? Because the neighbors didn't see it go in the garage in the first time. But after a while, they see it go in the garage, which I believe. And when you started getting caught up in your whole story you were telling, you couldn't remember when you put the car in the garage. But you had a plan for it. And whether it be whatever happened was an accident, and you don't want to come forward with it, hey, that's fine. That's fine. You have a right to do that. But in order for the truth to come out, hey, it is what it is right now. Facts are facts of the case. That's all I can say to you, man. And based on my opinion, I think that all what's said before, what Steve told you, is the truth. And that time frame that's all mixed up, it doesn't make sense, man. There's no way you wait that amount of time. He's giving you the benefit of the doubt of that hour, that 55 minutes. Shit, I'll even give you 25 minutes. If that's a kid and you treat him as your own, you ain't gonna hesitate that. Not even 20 minutes. You wouldn't even wait. When you told me this first story, you said 3 to 5 minutes. Now that's a little believable. That's still long, but that's believable what a person would do. But what you guys did and what you didn't let Marilyn call was a delay. I believe that, and the facts tell it. The facts tell it, man. I'm not lying to you. We're not hosing you with some BS story. These are the truths, man. We're not doing it. Some people could come in here and bluff you all day long and say it. We got facts that do it. And then we're basing it on your story too. So nothing's a lie unless you tell us that, which is what you feed us sometimes. You know? You tell me a truthful story that I could believe on what happened to Andres, little 4-year-old kid. You tell me what I can believe.
I don't know.
Fair enough, because I don't believe you would tell the truth. Fair enough. You ever think about him? You ever think about Andres? What do you think?
Good moment we had. Good moment we had.
The moments you had? Why would Maryland hesitate to call 911?
That's a good one. I want to hear that too.
Huh?
I want to hear that one too.
You want to hear the reason why?
Yeah.
I just told you the reason why.
No, you said I lied.
Okay. I'm just telling you based on what we
What she
understand.
say?
No, based on what we understand from the facts. We just don't go on a person's statement, what they say.
You ever tried to take your life, Louis? You did? Why? Was that recent, or is that a long time ago, or?
A while ago.
A while ago. Did Marilyn ever accuse you of hurting Andres? Never? Where were you at when you tried to take your life? Were you free or were you in prison?
Free.
You were free? What was going on? What happened?
Too much shit on my shoulders.
Huh?
Too much shit on my shoulders.
Emotional disorders? And you tried, but you did try it? Mhm. What were you thinking about? What had you so depressed?
Everything.
Like what?
I lost in 24 hours. I lost everything.
Huh?
In 24 hours, I lost everything.
What'd you lose?
I was on first.
Mm-hmm.
The next day, I was married because she going to Lakeside. But then to suicide. The same day, they come from HRS, pick up Victoria, take it with her. But a bigger house empty.
So how were you feeling?
Really depressed.
Depressed? Did you think it was your fault? So why would you want to hurt yourself? Are you better now? Alright. So we can schedule a day to come get you to do a polygraph? Alright. There's a lot going on that day, huh? Andreas, Marilyn. Did you ever talk to Marilyn? Did you ask her why she did that? Why she took all them pills?
Yeah.
What did she say?
To be with Andres.
Is that one of the reasons why you did what you did?
Part of it.
Part of it? You wanted to be with him? You miss him? What y'all used to do together?
Everything.
Like what?
We went to WWF every time it was in arena.
You went to where?
WWF wrestling.
Oh yeah?
I used to take him over there.
And where at Orlando?
Yeah.
Wow. What'd y'all go see, man? What'd you go see?
The Rock.
The Rock?
Yeah.
Yeah. He liked The Rock?
Yeah. And Trisha Starro, she came out, the one with the big titties.
Uh-huh. Which one?
Trisha.
Trisha.
She came out with the one with the big titties and she pumped it up and said, bro.
Uh-huh.
So a female from the other side took off her shirt.
Uh-huh.
Everybody started screaming, 4 pigs, 4 pigs. So the one 3 rows down from us put a shirt out too.
Uh-oh.
So from then on, every time I was going out with him, if I see a fine girl or something with used titties, he be going home and say, Mommy, we saw some puppies today.
Yeah, that's all right, man. He liked The Rock?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool, man. Yeah. You ever teach him how to do the people's eyebrow?
No.
Like The Rock? No? You can do it?
No.
Come on, man. No? Alright. Yeah. What The Rock used to say?
But the road is cooking.
Yeah. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? Yeah. Alright. You still watch it? You watch wrestling still or no? Yeah? Who you like now?
I always be a fan of The Undertaker.
Undertaker. Yeah. That's cool. Now didn't he get hurt? So he not wrestling, right? Undertaker.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. You watching on Monday nights? You watch Monday Night Raw?
We used to in Chattahoochee, but now in 33, TV fucked up.
Crazy, man. Alright. Louis, do you think there's anything important that I haven't asked you? Or Detective Keating hasn't asked you? You think there's anything else that's important that we should know about that night when Andreas died? You don't think there's anything? Okay. Do you think, in your mind, do you think that Andreas was killed, or do you think his death was an accident?
I believe there was an accident.
An accident. Okay.
I didn't kill him. I don't mind him. She didn't kill him either, so.
Okay.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Can't go to the bathroom again? Alright, we're gonna take a break. Man, what's up with these pants? Alright. Drop it back.
Hey, go on tape. We're back.
Okay. Hey, confirm like we did last time, Louis. We're back in the room. It's still the 15th of July. The time is 2:22 p.m. We took you to the bathroom. We came right back. There was no questioning going on. We're back in the interview room. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Be right back. You still doing all right?
Yeah.
You want some more water or anything?
I'm okay.
You okay? Okay. Hey, Louis, we're just waiting for an examiner for the polygraph, okay? All right. As soon as they let me know, I'll let you know.
All right.
All right, brother? You still good? Want some more water?
Oh, I see already.
I'm working on it. All right. We're going to go down and smoke, all right?
Oh, yeah.
Hang on a second. We're going to leave out of the room. It's still the same date. It's approximately 3 p.m. We'll go down and let you smoke a cigarette, and then we'll come back up. Okay?
You gonna be able to do it with the chains on?
Yeah.
All right. Good.
I'm back now, okay?
All right, man.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Back in the room. Still the same date. The 15th. Time is 3:10 p.m. Louis, we left out of here. We took you downstairs, let you smoke a cigarette, and now we're back in the interview room, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, no questioning or anything went on downstairs while we're outside the room, correct?
No.
All right. All right. Still doing okay?
Yeah.
Okay, guy's getting on his way, okay? I'll be back to check on you.
How you doing?
All right.
I am Sergeant Strecker with the Sheriff's Office, and I am going to be doing this. I guess they said you agreed to do people call it a lie detector test. It's called a computer voice stress analysis. You agreed to do that? You ever done one before? You ever been in the military or anything?
Nah.
Never got a job at a bank or anything like that?
I'll close this.
Okay. Okay. The way this works is it measures the stress in your voice, okay? So I'm going to ask you some questions. I'm going to have you speak into this microphone, and they're going to be yes or no questions, and it's going to measure the stress in your voice. And your voice puts out sound waves. You understand sound, how it works. There's a modulation to that. The waves go a certain frequency. And depending on your body and how you deal with stress, your body involuntarily, your nervous system, will tense up sometimes and be relaxed sometimes, right? Like when you're nervous, you get tense. When you're relaxed, you're not as nervous. Well, the slightest little pressure in your throat will actually register with this machine. It's that sensitive. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what we're going to be measuring. We're going to be measuring stress in your voice. That stress is typically associated with a deception, with a lie. You understand that?
Okay.
So, if I tell you you're lying, and it might be, like I might ask you a question, have you ever stole anything before? Well, if I ask you a question like that, and you say no, and you go, well, when I was a little kid, I stole a pack of bubble gum. So I might rephrase the question and say, okay, except when you were a little kid and you stole that pack of bubble gum, have you ever stolen anything else? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That way we can get past that, the whole thing with the pack of bubble gum. And we just want to know about what we're talking about, okay? So I'm going to ask you some questions. You obviously know why you're here. They talked to you a little bit about that. What did they say you were here for?
They say I killed my stepson.
Your stepson?
Yeah.
Okay. Were you married to, what's the girl's name? What's the mom's name?
Marilyn Vega.
Marilyn
Vega.
Vega? Okay. Were you married to her?
No, we were living together.
Who's the father?
Lisandro Sanchez.
He's not around? He's,
I know.
so are you the only father that the kid knew?
Yeah.
Okay. How long were you with Marilyn?
For a year and a half.
5 years?
No, for a year and a half.
4?
For 1.5.
For 1.5 years?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to ask you about, it's about 15 questions, okay? I'm going to ask you about 15 questions before we even start the test, okay? I want you to understand the questions, so, once I start doing the test, that we don't have to stop and start. When I ask you a question, I'm going to push a button here. So I'm going to ask a question and say, are the walls purple? And you're going to say no. But I'm going to ask the question, and then I'm going to push a button, okay? And then you're going to say yes or no, and I'm going to let go of the button. So understand that you give me a time enough to push the button, because if you answer too quick, I can't push the button. We're not going to get a reading. We're going to have to do it over again.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me have you put this on. Well, let me put this on you, and we'll check the sound real quick, okay? Have you ever had a microphone on before? DJ or anything? Let's see here. Let me ask you a question. Is the wall purple?
No.
Is the wall purple?
No.
Okay, let me ask you. Am I wearing a watch?
Yes.
Am I wearing a watch?
Yes.
Let's try it again. Am I wearing shoes?
Yes.
Am I wearing shoes?
Yes.
That was a little quick. Am I wearing shoes?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. We're going to go over the questions real quick. And if you have any... What I'm going to do is there's going to be 2 questions that I ask you that are called control questions. And some of the questions are just going to be, you're going to go, why do you ask me that question? And it's just a question, it's called an irrelevant question. That means that I want to see how you react normally and how you react on a specific question, okay? That gives me a baseline, so I can tell what is your normal response, what is a response under stress, okay? And then I'm going to have you purposely lie to me on 2 questions, okay? That way I can gauge what your lie looks like.
Okay.
And I'll let you look at the machine in a minute. But The first question that it's going to be the second question I ask you is going to be one of the ones I want you to lie. I'm going to say, is the color of the wall purple? And you're going to lie and say what?
Yes.
Right, because it's not purple, right? Okay, very good. The next question I'm going to ask you is down a little farther. It's, have you ever driven over the posted speed limit? Have you ever sped? Have you ever gone too fast?
Yeah.
Okay. But I want you to say,
Yes.
no, I want you to say no.
No.
I want you to intentionally lie.
Oh, okay.
I want you to say no. What kind of car you got?
No, right now.
You don't have no car right now? What kind of car do you normally have?
RX-7.
Okay, so you've probably gone fast then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're going to say no, even though you've gone fast before, right?
Okay.
Okay? So we're going to go over the questions, okay? And I'm going to ask them to you, and you're going to answer them like you're supposed to answer them, okay? Is your name Luis Rosario?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, this is the one I want you to lie to. Is the color of the wall purple?
Yes.
Okay. Is today Thursday? Do you know what today is? Today's
Yes.
Thursday. Yeah, today's Thursday, so yes. Have you ever pointed a gun at Marilyn Vega?
No.
No. Is this the month of July?
Yes.
Okay. Did you pull your car into the garage after you found Andreas not breathing?
No.
No. Okay. Are we in the city of Kissimmee?
Yes.
Have you ever driven over the posted speed limit? Now remember, this is the one I want you to lie.
No.
Right. Am I wearing a watch?
Yes.
Okay. Did you stop Marilyn from calling 911 immediately?
No.
Okay. Are you wearing shoes?
Yes.
It's not hard questions. After you found Andreas not breathing, did you carry him out of the room?
No.
Are you sitting down?
No.
You're not sitting down?
Oh, right now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Are we in the state of Florida?
Yes.
Okay. That's as easy as it is. That's all we're gonna do. And then this time we're gonna do it again. I'm gonna measure it, and then I'll tell you how you did. Okay.
Okay.
You have any problems with those questions? You don't understand any of them?
All that time.
You understand them all?
Yes.
Okay. Is your name Luis Rosario?
Yes.
Now this is the one I want you to lie to. Is the color of the wall purple?
Yes.
Is today Thursday?
Yes.
Have you ever pointed a gun at Marilyn Vega?
No.
Have you ever pointed a gun at Marilyn Vega?
No.
Is this the month of July?
Yes.
Did you pull your car into the garage after you found Andreas not breathing?
No.
Are we in the city of Kissimmee?
Yes.
Okay, this is the one I want you to lie to. Have you ever driven over the posted speed limit?
No.
Am I wearing a watch?
Yes.
Did you try to stop Marilyn from calling 911 immediately?
No.
Did you try to stop Marilyn from calling 911 immediately?
No.
Did you? let me give me 1 second before you answer, okay? Did you try to stop Marilyn from calling 911 immediately?
No.
Are you wearing shoes?
Yes.
Are you wearing shoes?
Yes.
After you found Andreas not breathing, did you carry him out of the room?
No.
After you found Andreas not breathing, did you carry him out of the room?
No.
Are you sitting down?
Yes.
Did you kill Andreas Sanchez?
No.
Did you kill Andreas Sanchez?
No.
Did you kill Andreas Sanchez?
No.
Are we in Florida?
Yes.
Are we in Florida?
Yes.
Okay, here, I want you to look at something. Look at this. This is what it measures, okay? Is your name Luis Rosario? That's what this is. And you said yes, okay? And that's what the truth looks like, because your name's Luis Rosario. Right? Did you try to stop Marilyn from calling 911?
No.
No, that's what you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see how this went? Bzzz? You see where you said yes? Your name is Luis Rosario, and you said no? You see how this went this way? That's registering a lot of stress in that question. That means that you must have either tried to stop her from calling 911 or stall her or did something to stop her from calling 911. That's what it says. I'm not telling you that's what it is. I wasn't there. I don't know what you did. But the machine says that there's something wrong with the way you answered that question. So why don't you help me try to figure out why the machine is saying that? Did you try to stop her?
No.
Say, hey, let's try to figure this out first?
No.
Well, why would the machine say that you got a whole lot of stress with you when you said no for that question?
I don't know.
I don't know either. And you're the only one that can tell me because I wasn't there.
I don't know, but I don't know.
You don't
I
know.
didn't stop her for calling 911. I gave her the phone to call 911.
You gave her the phone. Okay. And so she called right away immediately?
Yeah.
She called right away immediately. And what time was that?
I think about 1 o'clock.
It was right at 1 o'clock.
Think.
You think? So you didn't try to stop her.
No.
This is saying that you tried to stop her. Did you give her the phone right away, or did you talk about it first? I'm trying to figure out. Remember the question I asked you about did you ever steal anything? Well, I didn't steal anything. I stole some gum when I was a little kid. You know, I need to be able to restructure the question because we're going to do this again. And maybe if we ask the question a little differently, that might have a different result. But if you're going to tell me just no, it's going to register stress like that again. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's something wrong with there's something going on inside your head that's making the machine do that. You understand? So, do you remember, to try to think back to that night, what did you do? Because it's telling me that you didn't let her call 911 right away. What did you do? How did that go? Because you didn't give her the phone right away. It's saying, no, you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, this thing, I mean, it's just a machine. It can't tell the truth or lie. It just tells me that you got a lot of stress. Right? It's just a machine.
I am on a lot of stress right now.
No, I know. But I mean, I'm trying to help you out here. That's not going to work for us. Think about it. What happened? How did it go down? You didn't give her the phone right away, right? Right?
I call her. I told her, listen, Andres, I told her, when I call her, I said, Manny, get up. She was like, what? I said, Andres ain't breathing. And she ran to her room. So I unplugged the computer, I took the call phone, and I ran to her room, and I gave her the call phone, she called 911.
So
And she proceeded to do CPR. They was playing it on the phone, how to do CPR. By then, already a police car came, so I opened the door, the police officer came in, and I told the man, do something, because you're supposed to know more about CPR. And he was like, no, she's doing good. And then the ambulance came, the fire department came.
So that's what happened when you discovered him not breathing. Marilyn was sleeping, and you went and woke her up,
Yeah.
and then you went and pulled the cord out of the phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not at the phone, at the computer.
And then the cops showed up right away. And
Yeah.
nothing else happened in between there. Okay. Then you see how that, because that shows that there's a lot of stress in that question, right? Well, then this question number 12, I asked, after you found Andreas not breathing, did you pull your car into the garage?
Mm-mm.
And you said you didn't do any of that stuff because you did all that other stuff that you just described to me. But it's even got more stress than that question. It's telling me that you did pull your car into the garage. Your RX-7? Is that what it is? What color is it?
Brown.
Brown RX-7? It says that you did. It tells me that you probably did pull your car into the garage.
I pulled the car to the garage, but not before I found Andres died.
Not before, after you. You pulled it in after you.
No, before.
No, you just said you didn't pull it in before, you just pulled it in afterwards.
I said,
After you discovered him not breathing, then you pulled the car into the garage.
No,
No?
no. Well, before that, I pulled the car in the garage.
That's not what this says. After you found Andreas not breathing, did you pull the car into the garage? And you said no. And the machine goes, bzz, no. Oh, stress, a lot of stress. Did you not understand the question?
Oh, let me do it again.
We'll do it again. But after we talk about it, if we don't understand it here, it's going to show more stress the second time we do it. You understand? So help me. Why would it show stress for that? Did you not understand the question?
I didn't follow it too much.
After you found Andreas not breathing, did you pull the car into the garage?
No.
Okay. It says that you did. The machine says you did. Are you confused maybe how that happened?
Nah.
You're not confused?
No.
Okay. We're going to do it one more time. We'll see see what happens. Okay. Remember what Louis, remember what this question was up here, number 1? What was the first question I asked you?
My name?
Yeah, and you said yes, right? Because that's your name, right?
Yeah.
That's the name your mother gave you or your father gave you, right? That's the name you've had all your life. Easy question, yes. And it shows, and the truth is boom, boom, just like that, right? It's pretty clear. That's the truth. And the other truthful questions are pretty clear up and down like that. I asked you a question here, number 14. You see this one? Looks a little different than this one, right? What does that look like? That looks a little more like this going across the board, right? Correct? Is that right? So would you agree with me that this is different than this?
Yeah.
Right? It's different, right? That would tell me that it's a different result. If this was the truth, what would this be?
True also.
If that's different than this, and this is the truth, and that's different, what would it be? If it's not the truth, it's a what?
False.
It's false, right? You know what that question was? Did you kill Andrea Sanchez?
Nah, man.
That's what it says. That's what I asked you right there. You said if it's not the truth, it doesn't look like that. It looks like that. All I did was, you saw me, all I did was push the button, right? I asked you, did you kill Andrea Sanchez? And this registered all the way over there like that. I didn't put that into your head. That's what the machine said when you answered. It measured the stress in your voice. Okay? Now, the only thing this does is measure the way you answer for me. Okay? Okay? The only way you can make it look like that is to tell me the truth, so you feel good, there's no stress on you. If you're holding something inside, man, you gotta let it out. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You gotta let it out. Because that's gonna be a weight on you the rest of your life. It's not gonna change. When I ask you a question again, if you're gonna answer the same way, it's gonna measure the same way. Do you understand that? I didn't make the machine do that. You made the machine do that. You answered the question, right? I pushed the button, you answered the question, and it measured that. And you told me what that looks like, right? It looks like what? What does it look like?
Like a yeah.
Like a what?
Like a yes.
Yeah, but you said no. So it looks like if it doesn't look like a truth, it looks like what?
False.
Yeah. That's all I do is measure it, man. I'm not a mind reader. I just measure your answers, and it tells me that, you just like you said, it's false. Your answer was false. And the only way we're going to make this is you got to be truthful. You understand?
Yeah.
So if I ask you the question again, what's your answer going to be?
No.
Your answer's going to be no. And what's it going to do the next time we answer the
I
question?
don't know.
You don't know? Well, if you know what it's going to do when you answer yes to your name, right? But you don't know what it's going to do when you answer no to that question? You don't know. What do you think it's going to do?
You should say no.
Huh?
It should be no.
It should be, what is the machine going to do? What is the machine going to tell me? Is it going to be the truth, or is it going to be false? Because right now it looks like it's false. Looks like you lied to that question. That's what it looks like. How does it make you feel?
Now I got a lot of stress on me.
Yeah?
I didn't lie.
You didn't lie? So is you think my machine's broken?
Maybe.
You think my machine's broken? Well, then why wouldn't it be broken when I asked you your name? It didn't tell me, it told me the truth there, right? I don't know what to tell you. Well, you want to do it one more time?
Yeah.
I gotta tell the detectives what the result of this test is. Okay, and they're gonna come back in here and talk to you. Now, I don't know what your relationship has been with them, but I can tell you that this is a machine. It's measured, it's accurate, it's used all the time. Okay, we use this to hire people, to make decisions, and it guides us. And it's going to guide them with the results, that the information that I give them after this test. And I want to be able to tell them the best story that I can tell them as to what happened here today between me and you and this machine. Okay? So think about these questions and answer them honestly. Because if I push the button and it registers that you were dishonest or that there was some deception involved in that question, I've got to write that down. It doesn't. I mean, I'd like to say that you were truthful with me today. You understand?
Yeah.
Okay? Don't put very big tables in these offices. Okay. You ready to go again?
Yeah.
Okay. Is your name Luis Rosario?
Yes.
Okay, this is the one I want you to lie to, okay? Is the color of the wall purple?
Yes.
Is today Thursday?
Yes.
Have you ever pointed a gun at Marilyn Vega?
No.
Is this month July?
Yes.
Did you pull your car into the garage after you found Andreas not breathing?
No.
Are we in Kissimmee?
Yes.
Okay, this is the one I want you to lie to. Have you ever driven over the posted speed limit?
No.
Am I wearing a watch?
Yes.
Am I wearing a watch?
Yes.
Am I wearing a watch?
Yes.
Did you try to stop Marilyn from calling 911 immediately?
No.
Are you wearing shoes?
Yes.
After you found Andreas not breathing, did you carry him out of the room?
No.
Are you sitting down?
Yes.
Are you sitting down?
Yes.
Did you kill Andreas Sanchez?
No.
Are we in the state of Florida?
Yes.
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 Well, that's not registering this last question. Are we in the state of Florida?
Yes.
There we go. Okay. What question did I ask you to lie to? All right, have you ever drove over the posted speed limit, right?
Yeah.
That's question number 8. Do you see this question right here, number 8? See how that's like that? That's a lie, right? You agree? You lied on purpose.
Yeah.
All right, that's a lie. This is your name. Is my name Luis Rosario? That's the truth. Okay? Here's the bad question again. You see all that? That's bad. Right? That's not like this. Right? Number 10. You see all that? Did you stop Marilyn from calling 911 immediately?
No.
No?
Oh.
That's what it says. Remember, it measured that same thing before. I want to help you, but you got to be truthful, Louis.
I am truthful, man.
How long ago was this?
9 years ago.
It was a pretty hectic night, though, right? It sticks out. You remember it like it was yesterday, right? It's boom. And that's telling me that that's not the case. You didn't let her. First of all, she was sleeping. You had to go unplug the thing. When I asked you about the car, it says that you're not telling the truth about the car either. So you're doing something with the car. So there's no way that it was immediately, right? What are the things that happen when you go, uh-oh, he's not breathing? What do? You panic, right? You're like panic. What do you do?
I ran to her room screaming to Marilyn to wake up.
She was sleeping?
Yeah.
Okay, so you wake her up. What does she do?
She ran to her room. I ran behind her
She went to what room?
to Andre's room.
To Andreas' room. What did she do?
I pulled out the bed, laying on the floor.
You pull what?
Andres on the floor. And he had some white foam on his face. And she took a piece of the sheet and wiped the white foam. And I went, I unplugged the computer, I gave her the phone, she called 911. And I later was explaining to her how to do CPR.
You explained to her how to do
No,
CPR.
the people was for 911.
What did you do? Where did you go?
I was right in the room, I was shocked.
You went where?
I was in the room.
You were in the room the whole time. You didn't go anywhere else. See this number 12 question? After you found Andreas not breathing, did you carry him out of the room?
Mm-mm.
Before you woke up Marilyn, or after you woke up Marilyn?
No, I
How did he get from the bed to the floor?
I put it on the floor.
You never walked out of the room. You didn't even step out of the room. What does that look like?
I step out with him.
What does that look like? What does that look like?
I'm telling you, I step out with him.
What does that
because
look like?
The police show up in 5 minutes.
What does that look like to you, Louis? What does that look like? I showed you, this is the truth, right? What does that look like? What does that look like to you? This is easy. You don't need to know how the intricacies work, but you can tell the difference. This is different than this, right? Right? So if that's the truth, what's that?
False.
False. And you answered no to this question. After you found Andreas not breathing, did you carry him out of the room? You said no. And this is saying that that's false. That's what you said, right? It looks like it's false. You said it's false. That means that you carried him out of the room. Where did you carry him to?
Nowhere.
I asked you, after you found him not breathing, did you carry him out of the room? You said no. That says that's false.
I didn't carry him out of the room. When the police came quick, and they found him on the floor on his
Right.
room.
But from the time that you found him not breathing to the time the police got there was a long time. Right?
I don't know that.
You don't know that? Because it went fast in your mind? It was a long time though, right? More than 15 minutes.
Nah.
No? Not more than 15 minutes? So it is 15 minutes from the time you found him not breathing. And then you went and woke up Marilyn and you unplugged this and you did that. And the police were there that fast?
Yeah.
We're good, but we're not. Holy moly.
Celebration.
That looks like it's false to you, right? That's different than this. This is the truth. That's different, right? Lewis, come on, man. I can't do this for you, Lewis. I gotta go talk to the detectives. I got 3 questions here that don't look very good for you. Okay? The only way they get better is to tell the truth.
I'm telling the truth, man.
Listen, sometimes sometimes bad things happen, right? Right? What is that called when you don't mean it to happen, but something bad happens? What is that? What do they call that? If you accidentally run your car into the telephone pole, you didn't mean to. What do you call that?
Accident.
Yeah. Right? You didn't mean to. It just happened. Something happened, something called it had just happened. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's where we stand. I don't know what to tell you, Louis. I gotta go talk to detectives, and then they're gonna want to talk to you some more, okay? You need to think about what you're gonna tell them, because I've got to tell them what this told me. Okay? So I'll be back with you in just a second. Sit tight. Louis, they're going to come back in and talk to you, okay?
All right.
You go to church? You don't go to, you never gone to church? You never went to catechism as a kid, or been to church, to a Catholic church or anything?
Yeah, one of my friends wanted to baptize his son.
When they got baptized, their son? Okay. Okay, man. Well, you tell the truth to the detective, okay? Because I had to tell him what the test said, what the test told me. Okay? Think about it. Doing all right? What's going on?
I don't know, he said I failed a few questions.
Yeah. And that's why I asked him to come and talk to you, okay? Because we're not here to judge anybody. We're just here to find out what happened. You understand? And that's why I wanted somebody else to talk to you and for you to take that test. And sometimes it takes that for us to come to grasp of what's really going on. And he talked to you about it, about the questions. A couple of them that you didn't pass. Okay, so I just need to know what happened that night, Lewis.
I told you, man.
But again, I'm trying to
I didn't put no gun on my head.
Okay.
Because we had no gun. The police searched the whole house.
Okay. Okay.
I
Fair
didn't
enough.
pull the car in after what daddy drove to the garage. I never took him out of the room. When he left the room, he left with the fire department and the paramedics.
Okay. What questions did he say you failed?
I think it was the one I was going on her head.
Is what now?
I pulled the gun on her head. I think that was one of them.
No, he didn't tell me you failed that.
No.
Mm-hmm.
The one that pulled the car.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I killed him.
Mm-hmm. I want to help you through this, but I don't know what else I can do for you. Okay? I try to be as fair as I can be. That's why I had to come in here and talk to you. Somebody else is not in the case. Take the test. Did he explain everything? He explained everything from the machine?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we know the machine. The machine is the machine. The machine doesn't know you. It's just a machine. So the machine says you're showing deception. Okay, there's not a trick, it's not voodoo, it's not witchcraft, it's not Santeria, it's not anything but the real thing. Right? So we need to get through this. As to what happened. Okay, because I got one side of the story, and I got all of the injuries from Andreas telling me what happened. Okay, his injuries, his time of death, Marilyn and her statement. But there's things in your statement that you didn't pass. I can't help you without you not telling me the truth.
I'm telling you the truth, man. I never hurt that kid.
Huh?
I never hurt that kid.
You never hurt that kid?
No, man.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, how do you explain all those injuries?
I don't know. I know Manny was saying later that what Vicky had hit him a few times with some toys.
Did Marilyn hit him with some toys?
No, Vicky, the little girl.
Vicky did that?
That was Manny that told me one time.
Okay. He's got bruises all over, man. A lot of bruises. Vicky did all that?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I know I didn't kill him though. I tell you that from the bottom of my heart. If I would have known that had something to do with it, I would have got to our lawyer before doing this.
Yeah, I'm saying again, I'm sorry.
If I would have something to do with it, I would have called a lawyer to tell them from them doing this.
Uh-huh. Okay. But you didn't. Okay. And I think that's admirable. I'm proud of you for that. But you gotta, we're right back to square one again. We're right back to that window, we were talking about. Just where our issue is at, is in that window of what was happening. Okay. There's I hope, I don't know, it looked like, I don't know, maybe you've been disappointed or hurt by people in your life, or maybe even yourself has been lied to. I don't know. Anybody ever hurt you or make you not trust people? Or yeah, when did that happen? Did that happen when you were younger, or recently, or
Both times.
both times? Okay. So it's probably kind of hard for you to trust people, right? And I understand that, and that's why I'm just trying to just trying to understand everything that happened that night. But the problem is I don't feel like you don't trust me enough in here to tell me. I think that you think that I'm here to hurt you. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here for what's best for Andres. Trying to find out what happened. You understand that?
Yeah.
But maybe inside, something's telling you that that you can't trust me, and all I can try to do is work past that. But I need your help to help me fill that window. I can't fill that window by myself. Okay. Some things I know for sure. I know that you nor Marilyn called 911 right away because of the fact there was too much time when he got to the hospital. He was too cold. So I know a lot was going on after he was hurt. There's things going on inside the house. Now, whether you didn't let her call or whether y'all were fighting, or the bottom line is neither one of y'all called. She says 12:30, you say 1 o'clock. But the call doesn't. Nobody calls until 1:55. So, there's some issues there. There's some things going on, and I say, okay, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm crazy. And I ask you, I say, you want to take the test? You say, yeah. But the test tells the same thing that I feel. That you're not being honest. You're being honest about some things, but you're not being honest about everything. So, what is a person? If I don't have the whole story, right? I got to tell the story. Right now, I only have from 12:30 to 1:55. I got Marilyn telling me that there was a lot of stuff going on in the house. Now, you said that some of the things that she said was a lie, right? I don't know. I didn't go back and ask him about the gun thing. Maybe you didn't put a gun to her head. I don't know. But things I do know is from 12:30 to 1:55, an hour and a half, she didn't call. And you didn't call. And you say 1 o'clock to 1:55. So we got almost an hour. She says an hour and a half. Y'all have to be talking about something, because both of you know that Andres is not breathing.
She was sleeping.
Huh?
She was sleeping.
Yeah, she was sleeping, but she told me herself, that she was up at 12:30. She was up. She told me herself. She came to the room, right? You came in there. She went to the room to check on him, right? He's not breathing, and she says you do not allow her to call 911. Okay? Understand what she says, bro. You only got one side of the story. She says for the next hour and 55 minutes, she said you put your car into the garage. Witnesses say, people that live in the area say they saw you put the car in the garage.
Yeah.
She says that you took Andres out of the room, carried him out of the room, and took him into the garage. Now, she doesn't know if you put him in the car or not, but that you took him out. And then you were panicking, hyped up, amped up, yelling, screaming, frustrated, going crazy. Then after a while, you come back and you take Andres and you bring him back from the garage and you put him back in the room. Still again, she says she begs you to call. She said she didn't run because she says she was afraid that you may do something to Victoria. She was worried about her kids. So finally, you allow her to call, and she says you told her you better not tell them what happened. If you tell them what happened, I'm going to kill you. Now, a little while later, months passed after he's dead. She said you were still doing heroin, that you wanted to take her car to buy heroin, and she tells you no. She says you broke her arm. Spiral broke it, but you turned it till it broke. She said at that time that she asked you, or she said that she thought maybe you did something to Andreas that night, and you got mad. Now, all I can tell you is what people are telling me, okay? You told me a little bit, but you haven't told me everything. This is not your first time being in trouble. You've been in trouble before. You've been arrested before. You've been to prison before. Now, you told me that, times you got arrested for marijuana, for heroin, you went, possession with intent to sell, you did home invasions. When you did the home invasions, when they came and talked to you about the home invasions, did the police come and talk to you about it? Okay. Did you tell them the truth, or did you say, I'm not there?
I refused to talk to them.
Okay. So you refused to talk to them. Okay, but that didn't change the outcome. You still went to prison. Right? And for whatever reason. So you being here today is much better than what you used to be. You're probably a lot calmer today. I don't know. You probably learned things over your life. I'm just guessing. That deep down inside that you want to be a better person. You don't want to live in prison all your life, do you? Okay. I'm sure that you want a second chance. You want a third chance. You want chances. But I'm trying to get you to understand that just because you didn't talk to them in your past cases, right, you still went to prison. Now, when we tell the story, I can only tell one story, okay? And I can tell you this, that the story that I have right now, right, that's all I got. Because you're not telling me anything. You understand? Now, people do something wrong. What do people look at? Are they sorry? Are they remorseful for what they done? Would they ever do it again? And did they tell the truth? When I was growing up, Louis, my mom used to tell me, there's only one thing you have in your life. That's your word. Right? Your word. It's worth more than silver. It's worth more than gold. Your word. That's all you got, man. You understand? That's all you have is your word. And now your word, what you're telling me, you took a test. You didn't pass the test. I don't know why you passed the test. The test, you told them, I talked to the examiner. He said, did he show you the machine? Okay. And he showed you what the truth looked like. And he showed you what a lie looked like. Okay. He doesn't know this case. He knows that you're here, right? He knows very little, and he came in to do it. I don't want to tell him anything because I don't want him to, have a bad opinion of who you are, right? Sometimes in the streets, what happened in the streets? Sometimes you hear something about somebody in the street, and you form an opinion about them, and the opinion may not be right, may be wrong, just because of what you heard. You understand? So we're not going to tell him anything to cloud his vision. When he comes in and he does his machine, the only thing that we can seek is the truth. That's all you have in your life, son, is the truth. That's it. We don't have anything else, right? And all I'm telling you is that some of the story that you're telling me is not true. There's some, I don't even want to say it's not true. There's some inconsistencies in your statement, right? And what we need to do is fill the holes, right? So when this thing is time, and I do my report, I can say, yeah, it's not good what happened, but I believe it was, nobody meant to hurt anybody that night, but somebody got hurt. The bottom line is, no matter how much we talk about it, it's not going to change what happened because Andres is still dead. Okay. Did you know his grandfather? Marilyn's dad?
Yeah.
Okay. Marilyn's dad had been waiting many years to find out what happened. Okay? It's much easier when we have something bad that happens, as bad as it is, that we know the truth, right? When we get the truth, then we move on. We're done with it. Sometimes if we keep telling the same story enough, we believe it. Not true, but we convince ourselves to believe it. And all I'm saying is that you have to understand that, and I know it's hard for you to trust people, but none of us in here have any reason to lie to you. There's no reason for that. Because what? Because all I have is my word. So that, 10 years from now, you see me again, you can say Detective Mosier was honest with me. He didn't lie to me. Okay? I know that, maybe in the past that you didn't talk to police and you refused to talk to them, whatever, because you felt like they was going to lie to you or they were going to try to trick you or whatever the case may be. That's not what's going on here today. What's going on here today is to find out exactly what happened. The only thing it does is it sets, this weight you've been carrying, you got a chance to either get rid of it or you got a chance to carry it for the rest of your life. That's something that you've been dealing with, and I believe it was part of the reason why you want to take your life. A lot of stress. You told me that. You felt like you lost everything. The only thing that can help Lewis right now is the truth. You believe in God? You believe in God? Okay. That's all we got. That's all we got, man. Is our word. You understand? It's bad as it may sound. And nobody likes to say we did wrong. Nobody wants to say we did wrong. It's hard for us to say, okay, I did it, I'm done, I did it, it's over. That's hard for us to do. We don't like to do it because we're not proud of what happened. If that night, Lewis, you went in there to calm Andreas down, or you were stressed out, or you couldn't take anymore, and you just trying to shut him up, you need to be quiet, and you didn't mean to do what you did, and things got carried away, bam, that's it. Okay? But we can't.
He wasn't quiet when Marilyn left the room.
Okay. All right. Well, then you when Marilyn left the room, if he wasn't crying, and he wasn't crying when you were in there, okay? Tell me how he could have died then. Tell me how. There's no other way he could have died. You said, you told me earlier it wasn't Marilyn. It wasn't Victoria, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the only person left is you or Ghost. Because there's nobody else left. There's nobody else in the house. You understand?
I just don't see them. I just don't see Marilyn doing it.
Okay. I don't either. I don't see Marilyn doing it either. So who does that leave?
Me. I didn't do it, man.
Okay. What else can I do to prove to everybody that you didn't do it? Because we gave you a test, you failed the test, right? What else can I do to say you didn't do it? So that's the only way I can help you is with the truth. What else can I say? I don't know. All right, I don't know what else I can say. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to tell people when we leave this room? What do you want me to say?
Honestly, that I didn't do it.
That you didn't do it? But they're going to say all the evidence points to you that you did it. What do you want me to say to that? What am I supposed to tell everybody?
I don't know.
Can you tell me why it took an hour for Marilyn to call 911? You don't know why?
He took an hour because she fell asleep, and we got to the house by 11:30. So by 12:30 she was dead asleep.
It's not, I'm just telling you what she tells me. And you told me when we first talked today that you went there at 12:30. And then after I said, well, you didn't call at 1:55, then you said, okay, maybe 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
You said that. I didn't say that.
Yeah, I
You
said
said that. Okay? And you said that because you probably didn't know what time the call came. Right? And you said it because I think you were being honest. And then after you said it, and I said 1:55, then you were like, oh crap. You know, now what? So you said, well, hey, it wasn't 12:30. I know I told you it was 12:30 when I found him not breathing, but maybe it was 1 o'clock. I believe the first time you told me was the truth. And now you keep trying to push it further. You're like, nah, it was 1 o'clock. Right? I said, didn't happen at 1 o'clock. Now you got to account for all this time that something happened. And maybe you feel bad because you didn't call. You know, I'm sure you do. But the bottom line is that you didn't call. You didn't call and Marilyn didn't call. So now you're like, man, 55 minutes, that's almost an hour of Marilyn and I not calling. Right? For Andres. And now, we didn't call. And if we didn't call, and we made a bad decision not to call, and we made a mistake, then we made a mistake. But continuing to lie about it doesn't change the facts. Continuing to lie to me doesn't change that when we walked in this room, you told me at 12:30, you walked around, then you said, oh, well, maybe I forgot. But you know what? I don't think you forgot. Because Andre is dying. You've been toting this for going on 9 years. 9 years now. You've been toting this, what happened that night. And in your mind, I'm sure you can replay it all to what happened. And you know in your mind that, you know, there's some things going on. So I said, okay, if it wasn't 12:30, then we say 1 o'clock. But we still have another hour that we cannot account for.
Yeah.
So, you know, and this is not anything except, you know, what you're telling me. You know, you're telling me there's nobody in here. You know, there's nobody trying to beat it out of you. Nobody's saying anything. Nobody's being mean or ugly or anything else. I'm just saying, you know, it is what it is. And, you know, there's a reason why you didn't call. We know you didn't call, and we know not just you. You're not by yourself. Marilyn didn't call either. We know that. Neither one of you called. But at least she's saying, yeah, I didn't call for an hour and a half. And she begins to explain what's going on inside the house. Okay, I wasn't there, right? But she was there. You were there. And because your car's so loud, we have people in the neighborhood that know when you come and go, right? And they know that it was a little bit later when you moved the car. You know, they're giving me times. I mean, the problem is, Louis, is that, you know,
you got an
people,
open time frame. You can figure that out.
That's it. You understand? 55 minutes. You know, that's all. And you know, and I know, it's as soon as we're sitting there, that 911 wasn't called right away. We know that. You know, you told us that. That's it in a nutshell. There's no debating that. Okay, whether it was 12:30 or whether it was 1 o'clock, Nobody called until 1:55, right? Now, as bad as that may sound, and Marilyn was in here crying like a baby for hours. Same thing, just like when she came in, just like you're doing. No, I don't know what you're talking about. No, I don't know what you're talking about. She stuck to her story. I said, it's not what happened. And it took a little while, and she cried some more, and she cried. And then finally she told the truth. It took a little while, but she told it. And you understand, for me, I have to respect the fact that she told the truth. You understand? And there's times, listen, there are times in my life, I'm not perfect and you're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes. But if we leave out parts of the story, the mistake gets worse and not better. One thing that'll always match, Lewis, one thing that's always going to match is the truth. Okay? Because when both of you tell the truth, the story is going to match. When you tell a lie, the story is not going to match. Okay? Because and right now in your mind you might be saying, man, what did she tell him? What did she tell him? Well, obviously, she's told me everything, or else I wouldn't be telling you these things. I wasn't there, she was there. Obviously, the neighbors didn't lie. They told me when you came home. Now, in the beginning of this investigation, there was a lot of there's a lot of things missed. Okay, the medical examiner said, one thing in the beginning, called it a dry drowning. I didn't diagnose it right. Came back 10 months later and said it's a homicide. So, now we know that it was a homicide. So 9 years later, we still trying to make a wrong a right. The clock's a bitch, because that clock got you guys, okay? And the clock is what made her come and tell me, okay, it was. But we didn't call until here. We didn't call until here. Now, she says you didn't let her call. You say that's not true. But you still haven't given me a reason as to why you didn't call. You're a big guy. I'm sure if you wanted to call right away, you'd have called right away. But you didn't call right away. And you know what, Lewis? If you didn't call right away, okay, I know it's bad, but you know what? It's behind us now. There's nothing that we can do to go back, unfortunately, and bring Andreas back. Nothing. I wish we could. And if we could, maybe we would change some things, and we would go back and say, God, give me another chance. I'm sorry. And we would change some things. But today, there's nothing that's going to bring him back. Nothing. The only thing that's going to give Andreas, 4 years old, a little bit of dignity, a little bit of honor, a little bit of something, you understand that as a man, is for us to say the truth. That's it. All right? To say the truth and be done with it. But we can't keep telling these inconsistencies and leaving things out. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. We keep leaving things out. Not going to happen. You guys didn't call. You didn't call. There's nothing. You tell me right now, Detective Marshall, okay, I didn't call. There's nothing we can do to change that. That's over. Right? What did I say that we have? We only have what? What's worth than silver and gold is our what?
Our word.
Our word. Our integrity. Because you know what, Lewis? Hopefully, Lewis, you don't get any more trouble, right? But if you're honest with me today, when we leave here, and let's say late 10 years from now, somebody accuses you of doing something wrong, what can you say? You can say, call Detective Mosher, because I told him the truth, right? In the beginning, I may not told him the truth, but at the end, I told him everything. Then I can go and say, if Lewis told you this is the way it happened, then that's the way it happened, right? But I can't do that right now because you're leaving too many things out. You understand? Today, today can be the first step to a better life. Your first step in doing the right thing. That's it, in a nutshell. Your first step to doing the right thing. Okay, hey, I did something, something happened. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to happen. Please forgive me. Doesn't that sound a lot better than, I don't know, I'm not sure, I'm not this? Because we know that things were happening, right? If you, I don't know, who's the most important person in your life?
My mother.
Your mother. Okay. If I went there and let's say I took money from your mother, right? And she came and told you I stole $100 from her, and you came and said, hey man, I know you took the money, and somebody saw me at the house and somebody saw me take the money. Is it gonna make you more mad when I tell you I didn't do it? You know, if I say I ain't do it, man, I ain't do it. Okay, but I took something from your mother. Are you gonna be happy I took something from your mother? Probably not. But what about if you come to me and I say, I'm sorry, man, I'm strung out on heroin, right? I'm sorry. I got an addiction. I got problems. I'm sorry. As soon as I get a chance, I want to pay the money back to your mother. I'm sorry for what I did. Now, how much more respect are you going to have for me when I say I'm sorry and I'm going to go try to give the money back to your mother versus if I say, I don't know what you're talking about, dog. Come on, man, I don't know what you're talking about. And you're going to say, come on, man, that's my mother. That's my mother. Come on, dog, that's my mother. Right? You don't want anything to happen to your mother. All right? Do you understand the difference? You understand? What are they going to do to me? What can anybody else do to me? They come and arrest me and they say, you're going to jail because you took $100. And I go to the court and they say, did you take it? I say, yes, I took it. I'm sorry. Now, I might get, maybe I get forgiven. I don't know. But I sure get some understanding from people. I get understanding because people respect that. But when you don't help me fill this window, Lewis, that's hard for me to fight for you. When you don't fill this window right here, then I have to fill in the blanks with what I think happened. You didn't mean for something to happen. I'm sorry. Or this happened, I don't know. But your first step is saying, I should have called 911 immediately. And we didn't do that. That's the first step. Right? That's the first step in this process. Because Marilyn says, we didn't call 911 for an hour and a half. Right? I can't see why. Now think about this. Why would Marilyn make that up and say we didn't do it? We found him about 12:30. He wasn't breathing. We didn't call. Right? So the first step is saying, I should have called 911. I didn't do it. I'm sorry. That's the first step. Now, I don't care, man, if you went and ate a sandwich. I don't care if y'all had sex. I don't care what you did from the time this happened to the time you called. I really don't care. But we got to get past first base before we can go to second base. And we got to say, you know what? I made a mistake right here and I didn't call. I'm sorry. Okay? That's first base. And then we can get from first base to second base to third base to home. Then, I connect the dots. You ever remember as a kid, they used to give us those things with dots and they would have the numbers and we would connect the dots.
Yeah.
1 to 40. We connect the dots, and when we connected the dots, it was a beautiful picture. Okay? That's what I'm trying to do today, Louis. I'm trying to connect the dots so I have a picture of what happened. Okay? So the first dot that we have to connect is to say, when we first found him, we should have called 911. I didn't do that. I made a mistake. Then I take this dot and we go here. Okay, we go from hitting the ball to first base. That's the first step. Right? Okay. That's the first step. I made a mistake. I didn't call 911. Right? But it makes no good for me to keep telling you, if that's what happened, then say that's what happened. If you didn't call 911, and not just you, Marilyn didn't either. You didn't call 911. Okay? If you didn't do it, you didn't do it. Okay? There's nothing we can do to change that. It's over. Okay? If you didn't call 911 immediately, right? Then say you didn't do it. But don't tell me that it happened immediately when I know it didn't happen immediately. You understand? We know it didn't happen immediately. She says 12:30. You try to push it, and you say, oh, maybe 1 o'clock. Because you're trying to push it further. Right? And I understand that. That's normal. That's normal. We get in trouble. Sometimes we don't want to tell the story, We go out and do things we shouldn't have done, or took money, or, we messing with this girl, and we banging this girl, whatever. We get caught. No, it wasn't me. The first step is right here. Right? Okay? If you made a mistake by not calling 911 at 1 o'clock, then I need to know that. Okay? Because nothing's going to change except for the fact you're being honest about the first mistake. Because all you have in your life is your what?
My what?
So you leave here as somebody that tells the truth, or you leave here as somebody that shows deception. No matter what word we put on it, and we don't want to say, lie or whatever, inconsistencies, whatever, however we want to tell it. You leave here as a man of your word, or you leave here as a man not of your word. Okay? The choice is yours. I can't make that choice for you. The machine made a choice and told you that you weren't being honest. And sometimes we have to see that. I don't know. Reality has to set in, and we have to say, damn, this has been 9 years, but the gig is up. It's time to end it right now. And once we end it and we get it over, then it's over. That's it. It's done. We're done with that. Okay? But we got to get past first base. All right? So, that night, when you came home, and you did whatever you did, you took a shower, Marilyn went to sleep, whatever the case may be, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, because I'm not going to do that. You understand me?
Yeah.
Sir, you understand me? I'm not here to harm you. I'm not going to put words in your mouth. After that, you said the first time, it was about 12:30, that you went and checked, and you found Andreas not breathing. Okay? Is that true, or is that not true?
I was the one that found him.
Okay. Was it about 12:30 when you found him?
At 1 o'clock.
Okay. So 1 o'clock.
That's what I might think about.
Okay. And I'm going to tell you, this thing hurts you so bad. You're going to know. You're going to know what time it was. Okay. So if you found him at 1 o'clock, right? Did you make a mistake by not calling 911 at 1 o'clock? You remember that night? Okay. 12:30, 1 o'clock, you found him. Should you have called 911? Yeah?
She did.
Huh?
She did, not me.
Yeah, she did, Louis, but she didn't call till 1:55. Okay? She didn't call at 1 o'clock. She called at 1:55. Okay? Should you or Marilyn have called at 1 o'clock when you first found him?
Yeah.
Hmm? Then why didn't you call here? Did you make a mistake by not calling?
Honestly, probably I'm confused in the time change, so
I'm sorry?
probably I'm confused in what time it was, though. 'Cause she called quick, though.
Hmm?
She called quick,
She called quick?
yeah.
Okay. Did she call right away?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But what time did you say that you went to check on him? At 12:30, right? What time did you go check on him?
I think it was around 1 o'clock.
Okay. 1 o'clock?
I ain't looked at the clock, though.
Hmm. I'm sorry, you didn't what?
I ain't look what time it was.
Well, we don't really have
I called
to.
like 1 o'clock, you know.
Right. But really, thinking about it, and like I said again, I believe you first, because you first told me 12:30. Because when you get home, you said around 11:30. We know that you came home around 11:30. You go in this house and you put Marilyn puts Victoria to sleep right away, right? Then you said that you go and you take a shower, right? She puts Andres in the tub right away. Now I know how it is when I get home late with my kids. We hurry up, get them in the bath, put them to bed. Okay, so you come home around 11:30. I would say probably 12:30 is probably enough time for them to be in bed. Okay, you say you're about 12:30. You on the computer. You go to get some ice. Something doesn't feel right, and you go and check on it. Man, that's a good thing. Thank God you went to check on him, right? You checked on him, not Marilyn. Is that right? You checked on him because something didn't feel right. So you went to check on him. Hey, man, thank God. That's a good thing. You went and checked on him. You checked on him at 12:30 or 1 o'clock, right? But for some reason, you guys don't call 911 right then. I don't know why. I'll give you an example. The other day, I don't know if you've seen on TV, well, still an open case. We had a accidental death. And we went a man died. We went to the house and we went to knock on the door and we were going to tell her, I'm sorry, your husband died, right? But she didn't want to open the door. And she didn't want to open the door because she had drugs in the house. So she had some marijuana, some other stuff, some cocaine, and she was trying to flush it all, get rid of it. She thought we were there because of that. That's pretty sad. We weren't there because of that. We were there to tell her husband died. You understand? But she didn't want to open the door right away because she had something to hide. You understand? You don't call right away. Okay? I don't know why. I don't know if you had something to hide, if you were just scared, or what people were going to think. I don't know why you didn't call. But the bottom line is you didn't call right away. Okay? She didn't open the door for 20 minutes because she was trying to hide all the dope. Okay? I don't care how much dope she had. I already feel bad in my heart because her husband died. That's sad enough. Okay? I don't care if she want to smoke dope, snort cocaine. It's not going to help anything. Right? It's just going to make your body worse. I don't really care. But she was afraid to open the door. Now, there were still drugs on the table. Okay? Do you think we arrested her? No, we didn't arrest her. We took the drugs, we put them in evidence as found property. Right? But she thought in her mind that if she opened the door, we were going to arrest her. Now, isn't that sad? She didn't open the door and we couldn't tell her husband was dead because she was concerned that we may find something. I don't know. Maybe there was something in the house she didn't want the police to see. I don't know. Okay? All I do know is there's a reason why it takes you an hour to call. There's a reason. Okay? And maybe there's something there. And I don't care if there was 10 kilos of cocaine there. I don't care. Okay? But it helps me understand why you didn't call. Alright? Now, that's not for me or anybody else to judge. But people understand that. So, if there was something in the house that you were worried about that somebody might find, okay. Again, it's not gonna change anything. It's only gonna make it better to help us fill the dots, connect the dots. We're gonna make this picture. We're gonna connect the dots, and when we're done today, I pray to God that we find the truth. We connect all the dots. We go on, okay? Because we connected the dots. But there's a reason why you didn't call right away. Okay? Maybe there was something in the house. I don't know. She was afraid to open the door because she had drugs in the house. And then once she realized, you know how bad she felt? That we couldn't tell her husband died because she's trying to cover the drugs up? Not worried about the drugs. Things are bad enough already that day because her husband died. Right? Things are bad enough. Everybody thinks that, you know, that we're bad guys. We're not bad guys. You know, if something happens to your family, you want us to figure out what happened, right? That's why we're here. Not because we're going to get rich. That's why we're here. Was there something in the house that you were afraid we were going to find? Is that why you didn't call?
I withdrew from heroin. I didn't have no heroin in the house. All I had was a backpack.
Okay.
That police found.
Okay.
With a mask and a black uniform.
Okay. Now, what was it? Is that what you were doing robberies with?
No.
No. What'd you have the mask for?
I had in case I need to do one.
In case you had to do a robbery?
Yeah.
Okay. Now see, isn't that better? Huh? Doesn't that feel better to tell me the truth? Doesn't that feel better? Okay. So what? You had a mask in case you wanted to do a robbery. Okay. Were you worried about the police finding the mask?
No, at the moment I was frustrated with Andres died.
Okay.
I left everything thrown in the closet.
Huh?
I left behind the ambulance. I left the house open to everybody.
I know. I know you did. And that was a good thing. But we still got to connect the dots, okay? There's a reason why, not just you and Marilyn didn't call back here. There's a reason. Was it because y'all were afraid? Was it because out of fear? You didn't think that people were going to believe you? When Andres is not breathing, were you afraid that people wouldn't believe what happened? Why didn't you call? Did you ever think about taking Andres yourself?
No.
No? Okay. Tell me, bro. Tell me why you don't call right here. Gotta be a reason, right? We got the time frame measured down. Tell me why you don't call. If you're afraid, I understand that. Okay. If you told me there was nothing there. I keep giving you examples of why people don't call the police or why they didn't let us in the house. That's all I can keep doing, Louis. I'm just guessing. It's in here why you didn't call, but you don't want to tell me. I don't know why. but you don't want to tell me. It's going to be hard for me to keep guessing and keep guessing and keep guessing. Don't you think it's much easier if you just tell me why? If you were afraid, if you were stressed out, if you know, I don't know why. Because you're trying to figure out, you know, oh my God, you know, what are we going to do now? What are we going to do now? Okay, you know, but you got to tell me that, you know. If you were afraid to call because he wasn't breathing, and you're stressed out, and you're going crazy, and finally after an hour you say, you know, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. We got to call. Call. If it took you an hour to make that decision, so be it. Okay? It took an hour, at least an hour, right? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. You know, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? You know, I can imagine probably running from room to room, running in his room, seeing him, running out the other room, running here, doing this. Oh my God, what are we going to do? Oh my God, what are we going to do? You know? If that's what happened for an hour, then that's what you got to say. All I'm doing again is guessing. When you decide to tell me, you're going to feel better. We're going to be done. But what's going on? Okay? If it overwhelms you, if you say, I don't know what to do, and you're thinking, man, should I call my mom? Should I call this? Should I call 911? This never happened to me. I mean, how old were you then? You're 35 now, right? So you're like, 26. What, 25? 26?
26.
Young guy? All right. Had you ever seen anybody dead before? You have? Who'd you see dead?
Puerto Rico.
In Puerto Rico? What happened in Puerto Rico?
Shootouts and shit.
Shootouts? Shootouts that you were involved in, or shootouts that you saw?
Yeah, so.
You saw people die in front of you? Okay. What'd you do, man? Did that freak you out? What happened?
I ran.
You run? Okay. Did you think about running that night?
Mm-mm.
You didn't think about running? If you did, it's okay.
When the paramedics came to the house, I had a neighbor named Mario. He was 3 houses down. He moved already.
Mm-hmm.
I ran to his house and I started banging on the door.
Mm-hmm.
And when he opened the door, I fell on my knees. I grabbed his way. I started crying. I was like, man, I think Andres is dead. But I used to take acid before. So he thought probably about hallucinating, tripping.
Say that one more time. About what time you ran out? You ran to a neighbor first?
No, the fire department already was in the house and everything.
Oh, the fire department was already there.
Yeah.
And then you ran to who?
To my Mario house. He used to live 3 houses down the street.
What's his name?
Mario.
Mario?
He don't live there no more.
Okay. All right.
And I know I started banging his door hard. When he opened the door, I got on my knee and hugged him.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, I think Andres is there. I think Andres is there. Because Andres used to play with his son.
Mm-hmm.
So he thought I was tripping or something.
Mm-hmm.
And to his wife said, oh, Mario, look around the Louis house, all the lights.
Mm-hmm.
Then he looked and he see all the lights, fire department, all that. So he walked with me back to the house.
Okay.
And a police officer asked me if I want to follow the ambulance. I said, yeah.
Okay.
So me and Mario jumped. No, before that, he told me, you want to leave the girl with somebody? I told Mario, give Victoria for me. So I go to the hospital. So I gave Victoria. And we followed the ambulance to the hospital.
Mm-hmm. And you know what that was? That was a good thing. Right? That was a good thing. But we're still over here. And we're not here. Okay? I'm gonna because I don't know. Do you not believe me the call came at 1:55? Do you not believe me?
You say so, I believe it though, but really I probably fucked up on the time, but it was quick. Really took no hour, no 30 minutes to call 911.
Do you believe that Andres' death was ruled a homicide?
Nah.
You don't believe that? Is that what it is? Okay. All right. Well, let me tell you this. When they brought me this case in 2008, I believe it was, 2008, so around there, Yeah, 2008. You and I, we couldn't talk because you was in Chattahoochee, right? But when they brought me this case, I went back and well, the first thing I did was I took it to the medical examiner now. And I said, I want you to look at the pictures, right? And because now it's a different medical examiner. And I say, what do you think happened in this case? And she said, I agree. Andres was murdered. Okay? If the doctor didn't say that, we wouldn't be here today. You understand? Because the doctor has to say what happened. I can't say what happened. Okay? And maybe when you were talked to before, God only knows what happened. I don't know. Or what was said or whatever the case may be. But I'm telling you that when the doctor looked at it when we reopened the case, she said, yes, it's a homicide. Okay? She's already testified in court at the grand jury, okay, that it's a homicide. That's why you're here today. So I don't know what else has got to happen for you to believe it, but I'm telling you it's true. Okay, it's been ruled that. I showed you a document, and maybe you don't believe the document. I don't know. My fear is when we leave here today, and you go back, you go over to the jail, and you go to first appearance, and they tell you what your charges are, and you think about it, and you sit there and you say, you know, man, you know, I need to tell them the truth, because the truth is it's not going to change the fact that they rolled in a murder. That's not going to change. And maybe by then you'll say, hey, I want to come back and talk. I don't know by then if the state is concerned about what you have to say. You know, I don't know. I'm not saying that. You know, maybe you go over there and you want to talk, and maybe there's a chance for us to talk again, but maybe there's not. You ever played dice? Okay. Right now, Lewis, you're rolling the dice. Okay? Just like Vegas. You're rolling the dice. Maybe when you roll it in your mind, you're rolling it right now and you think everything's good. But this is not going to go away. I can promise you that. This is not going to go away. Okay? It's here forever. Right? What happened to Andres is here forever. I don't know how much more plain I can make that. And I don't know in your life, maybe from growing up until you're 35 years old, maybe people lied to you, maybe people hurt you, maybe they deceived you, and you don't know what to believe. Okay? But the only thing else I know to do is to bring you the report of the deputy who came there and what time he came there. It's there. Okay? To give you a copy of the call log, what time the call came to us at 1:55, a computer printout. I can take you out there, we can print it. I didn't make it up. It's what time the call came in. When you said you went to check at 12:30, I believe in my heart, as God is my witness, that you went at 12:30. Okay? You're the one, Lewis. You're the only one that can fill the gap from 12:30 to 1:55, or from 1 o'clock to 1:55. You're the only one that can fill the gap. The reason why I know that your times are right, because the science tells us your times are right. Okay? Because of how cold he was when he got to the hospital. That's why I know your times are right. Right? Science is telling us you're telling the truth right here. The machine's saying you're telling the truth when we ask you your name. We ask you questions, or not we. When the investigator asked you questions about the car and about this and about that, it showed deception. There are things that we know. All right? And I don't know in your mind. I really don't know in your mind. Maybe you're trying, maybe because you've been lied to, or maybe because you're trying to convince yourself that it didn't happen. But I'm telling you, bro, it did happen. Okay? And I'm sorry it happened. I'm very sorry it happened. I'm sorry to be the one to sit here and tell you it happened. Okay? But I respect you as a man. A lot of respect for you for sitting here and talking to me today. I'm asking that we connect the dots, because I don't know if we'll ever get a chance to talk again. But I'm willing to print all that out from the computer. You can watch me print it out. It's from 2001. It's computerized. I can't go back and change it. Okay? I'm willing to do all that. I'm willing to let you see that. I'll bring it in here and I'll let you see it. Then after that, you got some decisions to make. Okay? And you can you can tell me You know, we can talk some more, or you can go on over to the jail, or, you know, I get you some more to drink, or you want something to eat, and we can talk.
I need a
Okay?
cigarette by his head.
You need a cigarette? Okay. Well, we'll go out and we'll do that. Okay? I'm willing to do that. But you got to slow down this one. You can't smoke it as fast. You were scaring me, man. All right? Take your time on this one. All right? But I'm willing to show you all that. Okay? Because when you leave here today, I don't want you to be mad at me. And I don't want you to say, man, you didn't give me a chance to tell my side of the story. I don't want that. I want to give you every chance to tell me what happened. Okay? That's why I'm here. All right? When you leave here, I don't know if I ever see you again. Okay? But so I can sleep tonight, I got to say I gave Lewis a chance to tell me. Okay? He either did tell me or he didn't tell me. The choice is yours. It don't change the fact. You're going to go to jail. You're going to be transported back to the jail. I'm going to go home, and life starts all over again tomorrow. You understand? But I want you to know that I have told you the truth. Okay? That I haven't lied to you. You left out some stuff in telling me, but I'm going to show you stuff. Okay? If you want me to, I'll show you. I'll give it to you, and you can read it. Okay? You can see the times to know I'm not lying to you. You're being honest about what time you got up and walked around at 12:30. I believe that 100%, because it shows us that. Okay? But for some reason you don't want to tell me the rest. So we're gonna take a break. I'll take you downstairs and get a cigarette. I'll get you some more water. You can look at the things, and then you have to make a decision, okay? Of whether we're gonna get through this and connect the dots, or we done for the day. Okay? Is that fair? Have I been fair?
Yeah.
All right, bro. Let me go make some arrangements, and I'll be right back. Okay?
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and press the notification bell. Additionally, you can view our playlists and most recent videos. Thank you for watching.